Welcome back to Follow Broken Souls. I am your Master of Ceremonies, Hedda. These are my lovely players. You may notice we are missing an Ellen, because she is off having an adventure
Family.
with family. And we are here after some weeks.
I think we were off for 2 weeks. So the last time we played was 3 weeks ago, but that was cut short because of a thunderstorm.
Yes. Hopefully, staring off in the sky, there's no thunderstorms today. We had one earlier. It's enough. I was half expecting a lightning strike right there, just to...
Ominous lightning strike.
Yeah. So, last time on Fallout Broken Souls, the party made their way to High Tech Tower, inserted the blueprints for a even larger and better satellite dish, and then made their way to Pulse's vault, where they spent the night. Claire had a talk with one of Pulse's fathers, and then a small talk with Miss Blissey, where she received a present for Pulse for winter solstice. And I
Which was
believe
her
it's...
version of Christmas.
Yes. And I believe it's the next day? I might be wrong on that.
I think it's the next
I
day,
believe
yes.
it is, yes. I remember that Oswin and Threnody stayed the night in the med bay with Clark.
Mm-hmm. Let me know when Clark wakes up, by the way.
And Thren has been periodically checking the radio to see if it starts working again.
It has not yet started working.
Nope. I'm assuming you'll say when it does.
Does Clark wake up in the morning, or is he still drugged up drowsy?
He can wake up if he wants.
Alright, so, yeah, at some point he starts stirring.
Threnody is going to check on him.
Oh, hey.
Hey. You managed to, How are you feeling?
He glances down at his chest, and, you said that his scars are basically gonna be gone, right?
All but the word.
What? Okay. Hold on a sec. Skype's acting up a bit.
I can hear
the hell?
I can hear some tapping or clicking.
Yeah, that's me. Like I said, Skype's acting up. What the hell? Okay, I'll figure that out. So, he glances down and he says, well, I look better, mostly.
Yeah, I'm just... Did you get enough rest?
I guess. Oh, Oswin's clinging to him. Oh, hey, sweetie. Yeah, I suppose I got enough rest, probably. I think I slept enough for 3 people.
Good. We managed to get what we needed to High Tech Tower, or we're just waiting for the radio signal to kick back in.
Cool.
Don't know if you recognize the place, but we're in Pulse's vault right now.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Didn't look like the Chandri, but you never know.
Considering all the shit they've pulled out of the lab, who knows what it looks like by now.
Yeah, for real. Speaking of which, I've been, I'm trying to think of, like, cause, you know, I know that Alphonse and my mom, like, they're still there, and...
Sorry, I could hear something.
Sorry, that was me again, I'm fidgety. I'm very sorry about that. And so he sits for a moment and he thinks and he goes, "Is there? I know we can't go back, but is there anyone we could send over to, I don't know, warn them or try to get them out of there or something?"
Well, I was thinking that maybe we could see if SMACC could get a message to them once he's up and running again.
That's a good idea. And he snuggles up against Oswin.
I'm gonna leave you two be for now. I won't be far away. If you need me, just shout. I'll come and get you when it's time to move on.
Yeah, okay, sure thing. I think I can walk now. I think. So, I'm all set whenever you're ready.
Thren is going to go and find Claire, see how she's doing. Taking the radio with her.
Oh. Just hanging out.
Hey,
As she does.
Clark's awake, so... And he's a lot more stable now.
How'd you work your medical magic?
I tried. The folks who work in the med bay here actually help quite a lot as well. I'm thinking that it might not be a bad idea to maybe try and head for the Chandri, get him looked at properly, but I mean it feels like there's so many fires to put out right now.
We do have quite a lot on our plate right now. I mean, I don't know much medical besides basic field dressing and, well, essentially basic field dressing. So, if you want to, I'm trusting your medical judgment here. If you want to get into the Chandri, we can get into the Chandri.
Yeah. I think that should probably be our next stop unless we find out anywhere else that urgently needs our attention, which you never know. I mean, she looks down at the radio. We're not going to know the whole situation until...
Still not working?
Not yet. I mean, I have faith that SMACC will come through, but it's taking time. As soon as it's back up again, we can coordinate with everyone, find out what's happening. Find out if there's anyone else we need to save.
So, Andrew, then. Also, I had a chat with Pulse's dad, one of them.
Oh, really?
That was, oh.
Does he approve?
I'm not good with people that are taller than me.
But you're excellent with Pulse.
Pulse is only a little bit taller than me. I mean, like, Pulse has maybe a couple of inches on me. Pulse's dad had maybe like a good foot and a half, maybe.
Well, sometimes you gotta get used to not being the biggest fish in the pond.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, he was, he's all right with it. Hopefully.
Good. Well, I mean, if he wasn't, he'd have to talk. He'd have to go through Pulse, and I don't think anyone can do that.
I mean, news travels surprisingly fast in this place. But the time I finished having a chat with him, and I went to go see Miss Blissey, she already knew.
Sounds kind of like the Chandri. Also, I'm sure Miss Blissey has excellent hearing with her own DNA.
Doubt it.
It's a vault. All they have to do is research science and gossip.
Sometimes both at the same time. What?
Yes. Sometimes scientific research about gossip.
Yep. And gossip about science.
Gossip about science, yes.
She gave me a thing to give the Pulse for, what do they call it? Christmas.
The winter solstice. Have you given it to
Just
her yet?
No. No, I have basically been given strict instructions not to give it to her until we leave the place.
Oh, duly noted. Well, I'm ready to leave whenever you and Pulse are.
Yeah, I think Post is off right now. We're just catching up with friends and family.
Alright. Well, let's take an hour to get ready and meet by the cart, alright?
Okie dokie. I might pop in and see Clark.
Mm-hmm. Although I don't know, Bucky said that his Skype was fucked up and he's going to try restarting, but he still seems to be in the call. So I don't know. Bucky, are you still here? That's interesting.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
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 I'm on my phone for a couple minutes. I had to I tried restarting Skype, but the whole thing was fucked. So
He just restarted.
yeah, I just restarted my entire computer.
Fair enough.
So yeah, give me a minute. But
That's fine.
I think as long as my sound quality is okay, I'm up for playing Clark again. So that's
Yeah, you sound okay.
okay.
Mhm. Yeah, so good to go when. I guess we're just waiting on Post, really. Give it an hour, I'm sure she'll be ready.
Righto. I'll be around if you need me. Probably near the med bay.
And then she'll just have a wander around for a bit and then just maybe pop into Midbay and see Clark.
And I assume that when she pops in, he's still clinging to Oswin and vice versa.
Yeah, she just comes like, oh, well, you're awake then.
Yeah, for now.
How you feeling?
Physically or the feeling?
I will accept like shit.
Yeah. It's gonna be, and the people around here, they're really good. So I mean, that's pretty. I'm doing pretty well there, at least. But yeah, that describes it. Yeah.
Uh, well, it's, good to see you up and about, bud.
Well, I mean, at least sitting up,
Well, that counts as up.
I suppose.
You'll be alright, I'm sure. You've got Oswin, got you've got Serenity,
Yeah.
you've got everyone else in the mid area. You'll be
Yeah.
alright. Well, physically you'll be alright, you're gonna
I was gonna say.
yeah, no, that shit will stay with you for a while.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, oh, 1 second, hold on. My computer seems to be very slow.
Yeah, mine used to be like that.
1 moment. Damn it. Okay. Oh, that's gonna take a moment at least. Anyways,
So, at least you're alive. That's always, a big plus in the wasteland.
not always.
Well, and and the here and now, being alive is always a plus.
I guess.
Besides, I'm sure if you died, I was going to kill you.
I don't think it's me she would have killed, right, Ozzy? Oh, Andrea's taping.
Yeah, sounds about right.
The place would have acted like a raider camp.
Blood and guts and body parts everywhere.
I wonder why they left me alive.
you know, speaking from a military standpoint, there are numerous reasons, but from a personal reason, he's taunting us.
Probably. Yeah. Probably. Yeah. Well, I suppose it worked, but fuck him anyway.
Oh yeah, no, I mean don't literally, but you know,
God no. I
I
mean,
mean
he.
unless you want to do something sharp.
I mean, he's a pretty boy and all, but not interested. Thanks. What about you? Are you doing okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. You know what I mean.
Yeah. I just know
Uh,
this.
hanging around. Yeah.
Yeah, I just know this shook everyone up, not just me.
You are also surprisingly light. I
Yeah.
mean, I wasn't expecting you to be heavy, but you were kind of lighter than I was expecting you to be.
I mean,
You were also kind of missing probably several pints of blood, so you know that might have
Liquid is
factored
heavy.
into it.
Liquid is very heavy.
I mean, like, let me tell you guys, like, when I have to fill up the water bucket on the roof when I'm at work, that's a long
Oh
story.
yeah,
You know those like
water is surprisingly heavy.
you know those 10-gallon drums that they use for like trash cans?
Mm-hmm.
When they get left outside in the back dock, they fill up with rainwater. And
Oh, boy.
so from top to bottom, it's nothing but trash and water, and there's
Oh.
no way we're moving it.
Oh, God. That sounds terrible.
Especially when it's a meat department one. Yes.
Mm.
But anyways, yeah, thanks for that, by the way. I know I was, well, from my foggy memory of that, I know I was probably whining a lot and making in pain noises, but
Oh, honestly, I probably would have been in the same position.
yeah, I just wanted to let you know you didn't hurt me. I would have been crying and whining no matter how deep you were, so
Yeah,
wasn't
you were pretty fucked up.
yeah.
So we got you out there, got you patched up.
I hope we can fix all the shit I broke.
Also, there is one thing that I do have to say with you.
Yeah?
You were right. That
Oh, yeah?
ferry is smart.
I
Vindication, Axel is smart.
I don't remember what Axel did, but I love it.
Clark actually sits up a bit and goes, "Now do you believe the flamingo's out to get me?"
Damn it, Clark, don't push your luck.
Yeah, the jury's still out with that one, but the ferret is definitely smart.
I almost want to say comedically leaning in from the doorway is the
It's-
flamingo. And he looks so hurt. But before Claire can turn to look, he leans away again.
Kevin is just kind of like, I saved you, man. I busted down the door to get you out, and this is the thanks I get.
You hurt me, man. That's not even cool.
Clark actually pauses for a moment. He goes, "Well, he was out to get me, but it's really confusing, man."
Well, he was certainly out to get you out, because when Oswin said that you were behind that door, oh wow, yeah, Kevin was on a warpath.
So I did. So I didn't hallucinate that.
No, no, that definitely happened.
Kevin has been guarding outside of the medbay and has been wary of letting anyone but threaten Oswald and Claire into the medbay.
That's incredible.
Thren has occasionally been vetting people for Kevin, sort of saying, no, it's okay, they're okay to go in.
Kevin's the bouncer.
I'm gonna drop and rejoin the call, okay?
Okay.
1 second. Or not. Give me a moment. Fuck. We interrupt this program
For
for
your
Bucky.
regularly scheduled technical difficulties.
Yep.
Super professional stream.
It wouldn't be us without technical difficulties.
Our crew.
Alright. Alright, does it work now? Yes, it works now, thank God. Okay.
Hello.
Alright. So, yeah, Clark's just like, so I didn't hallucinate that.
No, that definitely happened.
I kind of wish I hallucinated it. But Clark pauses for a moment, opens his mouth, and closes it again, and he goes, I didn't tell anyone but Thren this, because, you know, I thought she would be the only one who could really relate, but I had a bad dream one night, and it kind of went exactly like it went in there.
Oh my god.
Maybe it wasn't a dream. Maybe you were seeing the future.
That's what I'm wondering, especially now that I know it wasn't a hallucination, because, like, at the end of the dream, okay, don't laugh at me, Claire.
You're talking to the person who regularly dresses up as a fictional character.
Named Trixie. The Great
Okay,
and Powerful.
but the point is, don't laugh at me. I'm still hurting, so
I make no
be
promises.
nice. Be nice, Claire. Okay, but at the end of my dream, the guy who was representing Raphael leaned in to say something to me, and it came out as Brack! So,
Kevin, the door opens and Kevin comes into the room.
Oh, hi!
You called?
He's looking around, confused.
Like,
Hi,
I
Kevin.
thought I heard a flamingo in here.
That was my mating call.
No!
He then starts trying to hump Clark.
No!
Still looking around, confused.
Sorry, Kevin. I was just
Where
I
I
was
had
just-
the flamingo in here.
I was just telling
He's now
Claire.
climbed on top of the counter and is looking inside the vents.
Oh my god!
Kevin, it's okay.
He's now opening the cabinets and looking inside them.
Of course
Kevin,
he can
I was
open the
just-
cabinets.
Kevin,
He's like,
I was-
like the cabinet, because the cabinets are just pulled, they're not like twisted or anything. So he just grabs with his beak, opens it up, and then looks inside.
Threnody is
Kevin, I
curious
was
as
just
to
telling
why.
Claire something funny you said.
It's like Thren has come in as well. It's like, what the hell are you doing to Kevin?
Yeah, Kevin. Clark. Clark just goes, Kevin, it's okay. I was just telling Claire something funny you said. That was me who made the noise.
Kevin comes over to the bed, looks up at you, looks at
Hi.
his bed, realizes he can't get up on the bed without, like, landing on you. And so he's going to...
Trinity picks up Kevin and gently puts him next to Clark's head.
Okay, good, because otherwise he was going to do something. He goes and lays down by you.
Good to see you too. Also, thanks for saving me.
Ah.
Ah.
He has his head up. He's like slowly rotating it from side to side like a security camera.
Oh my god.
Trinity just blinks and says, I don't know what it says about us that our strike rescue team is a sniper, a beast tamer, and a flamingo, but whatever it is, it's accurate.
And the ferret.
And a ferret,
And
of
a
course. How could I forget?
Okay, hold on now. I have to ask, what did the ferret do that made Claire finally realize yes?
It disabled the security camera.
That's
That's
right.
right. That's right.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Oswin gives Kevin a treat.
Aw. Clark is absently petting Kevin. Anyways, so Yeah, like I said, the dream ended with that, so I figured I was just hallucinating Kevin, but then he actually showed up, so yeah.
Maybe it was.
See,
Maybe it was
Kevin, we're
future
wondering if
magic.
See, Kevin, we're wondering if I can see the future.
He looks over at you, and then goes back to doing the security camera thing and puts a wing up over your eyes, so you can't see anything.
Okay,
So you can no longer see the future.
I think Kevin agrees with me that we have enough people who can see the future already.
Kevin, you know that covering my eyes isn't gonna do the trick, right? Yeah, usually people who can see the future see it in their heads, not with their eyes.
Don't tell him that. He is going to try and cover your entire head in that case.
You're gonna sit on your
Too
head.
late. Kevin, in one step, is now standing on top of your head, and then sits.
Well done, Kevin. You have saved us all, truly.
And his head is still rotating, but now his wings are down and covers like the entirety of your face.
Kevin, that's not how it works, Kevin.
Kevin, come on,
But
it's
remember,
time. Sorry.
you saw the future, and it was terrible, so he's trying to protect you from that.
Hey, Kevin, I think it's time to move out. Osmond Clark, I'm thinking the Chandri to get you properly checked out. Although, if we find out from SMACC that there's anywhere that needs us more urgently on the way, she shuggles the radio, we might make a detour. Ready to go?
Yeah, like I said, I think I can walk now, so...
Yeah, I don't know. I think Osmond should carry you.
No, I think I can walk now.
Fine.
Oswin attempts.
Spoil sport. Osmond attempts to carry Clark. Good.
Ozzy, I can walk now.
She's being romantic. Let her.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
We are now now 2 for 2 on Andrea characters carrying their significant others.
I'd say roll strength.
Shit, I need to get back in the rolls room. Because I restarted my entire computer.
I'm not sure if it's a pass or not.
I don't think so. I don't think Andrea's Oswin's strength is that high.
Damn.
Dang. No, you're having a little trouble.
He's struggling.
Actually, my legs weren't injured at all, and my abdomen isn't so fucked up now. I can walk, really. I promise.
Okay, but as your medic, I feel that it is important that Osmond hold your hand.
As your medic and professional.
Wing
So
as my
wing,
professional.
as your medic and wing woman. What?
As your
That's
medic.
your medic and professional shipper.
As your medic, with my professional opinion that you should hold your hand.
Clark just looks at her kind of deadpan, and he goes, "That's your professional opinion."
As a medic and wing woman, yes.
Your professional opinion, okay. And he reaches over, takes Oswin's hand, and gives it a squeeze. I'm fine with that. Not just fine, I mean, I'm happy with that.
Good. Hey, Kevin. Axel. She leans down. Race you to the cart.
I don't know about Axel, but Kevin sticks with Clark.
Oh no.
Threnody shrugs and says, "Well, I'm gonna win," and starts walking to the cart.
Clark
You make
says,
another
"Wait."
Clark, and Kevin's already there. I'm kidding.
Oh my god!
Fucking teleporting bird.
Clark says, "I'll race you," and then he, tries to walk faster, and he goes, "Ow. Never mind."
Kevin keeps his head up straight, directly at hand level, like a cane.
Oh my
Oh
god! Clark pats him on the head. He's like, I'm not gonna put my weight on you, buddy. I might crush you. I mean, I'm a little guy, but I'm also bigger than you, and I don't want to crush you."
Says the man who didn't watch him just like the decapitated dude earlier.
Clark didn't see the decapitation. He
didn't actually decapitate him, but he hit him hard.
and he didn't actually see the attack. All he saw was Kevin opening the door, and he was just like, "Are you fucking kidding me?
It's pink.
You will be saved by something pink."
I think she was just as confused as you were.
It's like,
Anyway.
So Clark heads to the cart.
Yep. Okay, so you head to the court, and if I heard this correctly, you're heading towards Chandri.
I think that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Okay.
there's stuff in Emerald Hills that is plot relevant anyway. And
Yes.
I think it would be a good idea to get Clark checked out at a medical facility.
Yeah, like
So-
psychological too.
Mm-hmm.
So to get there, you'd actually have to cross Miss Cherry's path. I'm not
Right.
saying you do, but before you do,
Mm.
like you're not even halfway there yet.
Mm.
Your radio cackles to life.
Threnody is on it like in a flash. Oh, thank fuck. SMACC?
Yes. Hi. Yes. Hello.
Thank God. Are you working again?
Better than ever. My range has increased by 120%.
Great. And the secure frequency to our friends?
It should be as solid as usual. But I am receiving a lot of transmissions though.
What kind?
A lot of them encrypted. Going through them now, even encrypted, they're still encoded. I'll have to work
Okay.
on that. But oh, wait, no, there is one that isn't.
Okay.
Oh,
Who are they?
that's not good.
What?
You might want to listen to this,
Shit.
and you can hear it cut. And it's someone like really like trying to whisper, and you recognize Alphonse's voice. It's like, somebody help me, please! They found me. You can hear like someone walk by, like on the other side of a doorway.
SMACC, can you get anyone to him?
I don't have anyone. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And then Alphonse is like, I need help. Like, someone please answer me.
SMACC, can you patch us through to him?
Consider it done.
Alphonse?
Friend?
Yeah.
Oh.
Glad to hear you're still alive, Pinecone.
It's barely.
Yeah, I guess you found out that they know. Where are you right now? No, wait, don't tell me that. SMACC, if you're listening, is this frequency secure?
Your half of it is. Unfortunately, I can't do anything on his half.
Right, okay. So you don't say anything except yes or no, okay?
Okay.
Are you still at the labs?
Yes.
Guys, help me out here. She's talking to the others.
Clark scoots over and he thinks a moment. And he says, is the lab still under lockdown? No, wait, he doesn't. Wait, I guess they would have told him, though. Yeah, they would have told him.
We'll say that we filled Clark in entirely.
Yeah.
There's a long pause. You can actually hear like he's like pressing the button. So when whatever you say, he can't hear.
Mhm.
There's a long pause. No, not anymore. But they're looking for me.
Do they know where you are?
I don't think so. But I can't stay here forever. Someone will find me.
Is there anyone who can help you get out, yes or no?
I don't know who I can trust.
Right. Okay.
Clark thinks for a moment.
I can get outside the walls, but there's no way I can get to any kind of cover in time before they spot me.
Out of character, who's nearby to Lazarus Labs geographically? Like, what settlements?
The closest thing is North Lexington, and that's like on foot a good day's travel. And you've been to the tower, you've been to the labs, so you know that it's basically flat for a good couple of miles.
Like, if we went to the labs right now, how long would it take for us to get there?
Because you're in the wagon, it'd probably take you a day. Maybe 3/4 of a day.
Thren says, Alphonse, hold on for a second. And she puts her hand over the radio. Guys, he helped us. I think we should go back and help him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, definitely.
Let's do it.
Alphonse, can you stay hidden for a day?
I'd have to move around a bit, but I might be able to do that.
Okay. We're gonna come get you.
Thank you.
Hey, you helped us get out. It's the least we can do to return the favor. Listen,
By the way,
she glances
thanks.
at Clark. What was you gonna say, Bucky?
He was gonna say, by the way, thanks for that. I would have been left a lot longer if you hadn't, so.
Hey, look, I mean, you were already doing something for me.
Oh
And I
God.
felt kind of responsible. It was the least I could do.
Oh shit, Alphonse. Alphonse,
Clark looks like he feels like crap and very guilty,
Clark,
and
don't
he
you
just
dare fucking blame yourself. This is no one's fault but Raphael's.
Clark says, I'm gonna step away, and he gets up and kind of wanders to the other end of the wagon.
Threnody says very quietly, Alphonse, I'm so sorry, but Sal was being held in the same place as Clark and he did not make it out. Neither did his family. I'm so sorry. Alphonse, you still there? Hunter, are you muted?
No, I'm here. This is a
Alphonse is
long pause.
Okay.
He's just taking it in.
Hey, Alphonse. What?
What?
Listen, I know this is really difficult to process. I just, I need to hear your voice to know you're still alive, okay?
I'm here.
I'm sorry. Listen. No matter what it takes, we're going to take down Lazarus and make sure this kind of thing doesn't happen again, okay? The man who did this, he has an in with Lazarus. He works for him. This is all connected. So we're gonna keep pulling at threads until the whole spider web unravels. And get out anyone else before they can get hurt. Speaking of which, Clark,
Yeah,
we gotta talk about your mom.
yeah.
They were watching Alphonse, and Clark, I'm sorry, I thought this was the right thing to do at the time, but I asked Alphonse to deliver a message to Louisa for me. That means that if they're watching Alphonse, they might have seen him go to her.
We gotta get her out too.
We really do, and her family.
Yeah, and her family, yeah.
Your family, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Alphonse,
Yeah,
when you're moving
we
around...
got
Sorry, go ahead.
we gotta figure out a way to convince her though.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah, I guess we got a day to talk about it.
Alphonse, while you're moving around, if you can see Lisa, she goes by Lisa, doesn't she? The woman who mans the help desk, and her husband and daughter, if you see them, just see if you can note where they are. We're going to try and get them out too.
That might be a hard sell.
I know. It's just... Luis is connected to you now, and... if they know...
Not to mention, I know Raphael isn't there right now, but even so, he knows what I look like, and I look just like her, or she looks just like me, so seeing her, it's not hard to put two and two together, so we gotta put her somewhere safe.
Listen, don't try to contact anymore. We will get in touch with you when we're nearby, okay? We'll try and figure something out.
Okay.
If it's an absolute emergency, put out a signal again, but we'll be with you as soon as we can. I'm assuming at this point we've diverted and are started to go in that direction.
If that's what you want.
Yeah.
Because you could just leave them high and dry.
No, absolutely not.
Like, we had a moment of going, oh shit, Alphonse, when we were leaving to go and get Clark, but at that point it was like, we kind of have to prioritise Clark right now, though.
That's fair. Okay, yeah, well, so you can start heading that way.
Okay, we start heading that way. Threndy shuts off the transmission and reopens the one to SMACC. Okay, SMACC?
Yes.
Right, that's... oh boy, okay. So, we're going to be heading back to Lazarus Labs. Any information you have on that area, on any weak points in the facility, just anything you can give us would be really helpful, but just get in touch with us if you find anything. Can you do that?
Sure.
Okay, okay, right. And if there's any other messages, anything urgently needing our attention, you know how to get hold of us.
Yes.
Thren's now going to start calling the people she thinks might be in danger. So we've already checked in with Pulse's vault. She's going to radio the order. She's going to radio the Chandri first. Then the order. Then Miss Cherry's. And Riverside.
I mean, you kind of talked to Miss Cherry already.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you did. She's gonna quickly check in with Miss Cherry and just let her know that we've got the secure frequency back.
Good to know. Okay. So, Church of the Sacred Flame, the Chandri, and what was the other place?
Riverside.
Riverside. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Who do you contact first? Chandri, of course, right?
Yeah,
that's right. So when you answer, it takes a moment, as usual, and then Intone answers.
Rue, is everyone okay?
Everyone's fine?
Thank God. Listen, I need to speak to Wendy or Teddy or Belle.
Okay. They go off. A few minutes later, Wendy comes in.
Wendy?
Hey.
Thank God. Nothing's happened around your way, has it? Anything unusual?
Just the Chandri looking more like one of those science movies, but other than that...
Listen, Wendy Raphael's on the move.
There's a palpable silence.
The reason I'm only getting in touch with you now is because, he sent someone to take out SMACC in Tower City, take out the source of our secure frequencies for the radios. And we're going to need to bring Clark to you guys at some point, get him looked over. Listen, he has plans, I don't know what they are, but they're not good, and Wendy, he's going after everyone. Like, he knows everything about us. He tortured the information out of Clark. I think he's...
One moment. And she's gone for about a minute and then comes back. And she says, I brought Teddy and Belisarius.
Teddy. Belle. I'm really sorry. And Thren's just going to give, like, a brief outline of what happened and what their current plans are.
Belisarius tells you that, I mean, you've kind of been expecting this for a while now. Not too long, but some time. Him and his people have been doing what they can. They have battle strategies planned out, laid out. They have clear designations of supplies and fallback points, and they have secured the Chandri. Basically, he's confident that they're not going to take the Chandri.
Good. Honestly, I don't know if he wants the Chandri at this point, but this is the annoying thing. I don't know what he wants, but Wendy, Teddy, could I have a moment alone with Belle, please?
Okay. And they go off.
Belisarius?
Yes.
I mentioned that he knows everything about us now. That means he also knows about you. I think he's going to try to hurt you to get to me. And I'm sorry.
It wouldn't be the first time someone's done so.
Is this some of your sordid romantic backstory?
You could say that, I suppose. There's a reason I left Legion.
I mean, aside from they're all assholes.
Thank you, Claire.
Well, that was a contributing factor, yes. But more to the point, more specifically.
Is this something to do with Ornithus's mother?
Yeah.
I'll need to ask you the story sometime if you're up to sharing.
Next time I see you.
I'll just know that I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put you in danger, and keeping a special eye on Ornithus, okay? If he knows about you, he knows about him too.
Yeah, he knows.
I keep an eye on him. Thank you.
Stay safe.
You too. That's an order.
Hi, Commander. She's going to... I think that's everything she needs to discuss with the Chandri. She's going to continue making calls.
Yep, so...
Oh, she will have said, message, radio us the instant it looks like trouble's going down.
Oh yeah. The Church of the Sacred Flame?
Yep.
Basically, they were already preparing for war. Not on your behalf, but,
In general.
that's what they do. So, just some other lunatic that might target them. They're ready.
Okay, and lastly, Riverside.
So, who had the radio in Riverside? I can't remember. Boots?
Would it have... You mean Hooves?
Hooves. Sorry, Hooves.
It would
Did
either
Hooves have it?
It would either have been Hooves or Lewis. It was Lewis, yeah.
Yeah, Lewis. Okay.
Lewis.
Yep. So, Lewis basically tells you that he'll make sure everyone knows. They have walls.
It's like, basically, she's saying, especially tell Ditz, so that Ditz can just start arming everyone to the teeth.
Yeah, Hooves keeps a military-grade riot shotgun behind the bar, so...
Of course he does. It gets rough on Saturday nights.
And a weird-looking pistol and a helmet that he's never seen before, but, yeah, So Booch is ready for whatever comes. Ditz will have a handful for a couple of days.
Yep. At which point, yeah, Threnody basically makes sure that everyone knows to radio us if there is trouble, and yeah, that's basically it. Have I missed anyone? Is that all the followers of the apocalypse? We tell them as well.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
that's just take that all as read.
Yep. I had a thing for Red, but I probably am going to leave it out of the story.
Yeah, that's fair.
All things considered.
Yep.
But that does mean you altered history because he no longer has a limp.
All right. Neat.
So, you begin traveling northward.
Threnody is has put down the radio, and instead of fidgeting with the radio, is fidgeting with her hands instead. Okay, so we need to start thinking about how we're going to get out Alphonse, Louisa, and Luisa's kid and husband.
Well, Alphonse did say he can get out of the walls, but there's no way he can get across that flat expanse without being seen.
Oh, what did Alphonse say about, is it not on lockdown anymore?
Yeah, it's not on lockdown anymore.
Threnody looks at the others. The place isn't on lockdown. Do you think we might... It's not on lockdown. Raphael didn't head back there as far as we know.
Oh, I'm going back in there.
I was going to say, do you think we can just go back inside?
Yeah.
Or is that,
I mean,
or is that a terrible, terrible idea that's going to get us all caught?
I mean, it's a terrible, terrible idea that might get you all caught, but it's probably the best idea you have.
And it's what Threnody is saying out loud.
Oswin responds, "The hell you're not." And Clark goes, "Oz, I understand you're worried. Believe me, I do, but my mom's in there. I gotta go. Please, just let me have this."
At this point, though, I don't think we can pull the disguise black bullshit a third time.
I mean, you might. You don't. You might. I don't know, man.
Claire's right.
I think you underestimate my abilities.
You
Oh no,
underestimate
I'm
my
sure
power.
you will. I'm just saying, as a general, I don't think the whole of us can get away with it for a third time.
That's the thing, though. If one of us goes in, I really think all of us should go in as well. No one is going alone anymore at this point.
Oz, if you don't want me to go in, how about you come with me instead?
At this point, with as much shit that's coming at us, we need to go all or nothing. Because the last time, I mean, I know it's a bit soon, but, what?
Wait.
The last time one of us went off by themselves didn't end well.
Guys, there's something we haven't considered. Lazarus wants us alive. He's not going to kill us. Should we
That's right.
consider...
Surrender?
No, bargaining.
Bargaining.
Oh.
Yeah.
If we're alive, we have something he wants. I'm not saying we give it to him. I'm not... Well... But why? You know? I mean, if nothing
Either way,
else,
it means...
we can find out.
Because
Either
we're awesome.
Either way, it means going in is safe, so I'm going in.
Threnody looks thoughtful for a second, then goes, Going in is the easy part. Getting out is the hard part. Does anyone know how to hotwire?
Yes.
Does Claire actually know how to hotwire? Can she do that?
I'm not sure, Claire. Can you
Probably.
hotwire?
I mean, she was in the military, and they do have planes, and you know Claire's personality.
Well, I don't think they have planes, but vehicles.
Well, maybe not planes.
It's implied that they have vehicles, but we never see them working, and they don't.
Threnody then says, alternatively, if we could find and palm the keys. Claire,
I certainly
you said,
know how to drive.
Clark raises his hand. I'll do it.
Claire, you said that you'd be interested in having an 8-wheel. What was it? An 18-wheeler?
Yeah, an 18-wheeler.
and any vehicle.
And I know
I
Oswin
am-
was definitely interested in taking it.
We had a lot of vehicles. Very few of them actually worked.
So how's this sound? We go in, just as ourselves. Well, we want to parley with Lazarus. And then, if it goes south, which, knowing our luck, it probably will, we grab everyone we want to get out.
Load them up and bust through the wall.
Basically, yes.
I like this plan.
It's one of our crazier ones, so,
Oh,
So it'll work.
we've had worse. He just looks at Clark.
Clark points at her without looking at her, and he goes, "It would have worked, or at least
Uh-huh.
it could have."
Uh-huh.
Clark has also
she
had
knows
some...
he
Clark...
She knows he had a good point. She's just teasing him at this
Oh,
point.
fair enough.
Hello? Someone there?
Is that the radio?
Is that the
Yes.
radio?
Yes, it's the radio.
Hello? Thren picks it up. Hello?
Yeah, it's me.
Is it Alphonse?
Yeah, it's Alphonse.
What's wrong?
He sounds like the broadcast seems to be cutting in and out a lot, and you can't. It sounds like he's really far away.
Alphonse,
just-
why are you contacting us? What's going on?
I've been forced.
You've been forced where?
Is only I don't want to say.
Right. Sorry. But you've been...
It's the only place I could go without them following.
Okay. I said only to contact if it's an emergency. What's the emergency? Are they close to finding you?
I don't think I can get out.
You're stuck.
I think
So you can't get to the outer walls?
I can't get out of the building.
Okay.
We're on our way. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And the radio shuts off.
On the plus side, they hopefully won't find him wherever he's wedged himself into.
SMACC Talk chimes in. It sounds as if he is roughly 3 stories below ground.
Threnody shivers and looks deeply uncomfortable.
Thren, I'll handle it. Don't worry.
Yeah, we've got it. You handle the above ground, we'll do the underground.
Oh fuck, guys! I need to go to the bathroom. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Are you still gonna walk in as yourselves?
And that was the plan.
Okay. Interesting.
1 sec.
Rescue montage.
Gonna need a montage.
Okay, so, yeah, Oswin says this is a fucking trap. And Threnody, like, twists her hands together and it's like, yeah, that is strongly a possibility.
Does that imply that Alphonse is?
Alphonse might not
Secretly-
be complicit, he might just be bait.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
I mean, yes, it's a trap, but at some point, you gotta...
I mean, Oswin's got an excellent point, and the more I think about it, if they have eyes on Alphonse but they haven't brought him in yet, maybe it's because they wanted him to contact us. They wanted us to come and rescue him.
It's possible he escaped their gaze.
Yes, Threnodi's just also pointing out it's possible he didn't.
Oh yeah, true. Best be prepared for the worst possible outcome.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, sorry, just need to check something.
Hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
Yeah.
I managed to contact Bucky. Bucky says in response to Oz suggesting it's a trap, Clark is going to ask to confirm the frequency is secure on our end and suggest straight up asking Alphonse. Alphonse, if someone has you in a trap, say a phrase word.
Ah.
Thren nods. That's a good idea. I mean, he might not know. They might just be using him as bait without him realizing it, but she opens up the frequency again. SMACC, can you be absolutely sure this frequency is secure on our end?
Unless someone's tapped into my servers, yes.
Well, in which case everything is fucked anyway, so okay. And she goes back through to Alphonse. Alphonse, it's Threnody again.
Huh?
Shh, it's okay. But listen, we are strongly debating the possibility that... Alphonse, if you're being used as bait to trap us, I need you to say Copacabana. No? Okay.
Oh. Uh-huh.
Alright, just...
Hang tight.
Yeah. She shuts off the frequency again. It still doesn't rule it out, but...
At least he's not willingly, or well, you don't really willingly play bait, but you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, you can, but you have to be insane.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know how we want to play this. I mean... Even if we weren't going in there for Alphonse, we have to get Louisa out. It's just... It's not
It's family.
safe.
Plus, I need to get that kid.
Yes, of course, Cecil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably would be better for us to find somewhere else for him. Out of interest, by the way, I'm assuming that Cecil... Is Cecil Saren's biological or adopted kid?
Adopted.
Yeah, okay, I was figuring he probably was, because I didn't think that his genetics were stable enough to actually have offspring, but...
I mean, they might be, but it definitely wouldn't look good.
Yeah. So, yes, adopted baby. Yeah. I'm open to suggestions at this point. I mean... I can imagine that if it's a trap Lazarus is expecting us to sneak back in or bluff back in, I'm not sure he's going to expect us to straight up ask to talk to him.
Not
Yeah,
I mean, that's fair. I mean, you know, in when you've got a bit of a standoff between two sides, one, it's always the thing that throws you off. It's like, they're expecting subterfuge or diplomacy, or they're not expecting you to just straight up knock on the door and ask to come in.
I just imagine you walk in with that like super swagger where your arms are like swinging like crazy, walking in just like, we want to talk to Lazarus.
What up?
And then just like, the fuck?
They're expecting us to maybe sneak in, break in. They won't expect you to just walk up to the front door and ask to come in.
And while we have that going on, that can allow for a bit of sleight of hand in the background.
Yeah, if Clark can nick the keys to the 18-wheeler, that's...
I mean, that would be easier said than done, and it probably wouldn't hurt to know that you... Or hell, I mean, Pulse can probably... I mean, that's a fair assumption, isn't it? I know Ellen's not here, but Pulse is the science pony.
It's pretty... I think it's pretty safe to assume that Pulse could science the
Science
truck.
an 18-wheeler.
Yeah, probably. If anything, I'd say a hot wiring would be under science.
Cool. Okay, that's fine then. That'll definitely be fine. Because, yeah, I mean, the important thing to have if we're walking into a trap is an escape plan.
I mean, that's an important thing to have in any situation, but...
Was the 18-wheeler gassed up? She glances over at Oswin and Claire. Oh, no, wait, Claire wasn't in the garage. She glances over at Oswin.
She wasn't there.
Oswin doesn't know.
Okay.
So, he's hoping that there's fuel in that thing. Otherwise, we're not going to get far.
If it's functioning, there will be fuel nearby. We'll find it.
Which would be interesting if it runs on gasoline or nuclear power.
If it runs...
If it runs
We
on
can have it
nuclear
run
power,
on
we've
pulse.
got that sorted. We'll just have... This 18-wheeler is pony powered.
If that's going
What's
to be
the
our
horsepower
exit,
on that? One.
incidentally, if that's going to be our exit strategy, we should park the cart a ways away and hide it safely and make sure that the animals are going to be all right.
Mm.
The question is, how are you also going to get downstairs?
I was going to just bargain to get Alphonse out, to be honest.
Oh,
I
okay.
was just going to say, can we have Alphonse, please?
Fair
Can
enough.
The
Alphonse
worst
come
he
out
can
the
say
side?
is no.
That no, not technically, but fair enough.
I'm being optimistic.
I mean, I guess the worst he could say is no, but his actions will also say otherwise.
Fair. But yeah, we should work on a contingency plan for actually getting to Alphonse.
Oh, here's the question though: what are you bargaining?
Well, she needs to know what he wants first. So there's going to be a bit of improvisation here.
This is going to be interesting. Wow, I wasn't okay. I'm going to be fully honest with you. I wasn't expecting this, and I don't think Lazarus would be expecting this either.
Neat. I think. Okay, I'm just trying to think of what other bases we need to cover. Yeah, if we need to, we are going to need to have someone sneak away and get hold of Alphonse.
If you get split up, where are you going to go? Because that might be a good idea.
Yeah, where are we going to meet if we get split up?
Yeah.
The 18-wheeler,
Okay.
I'm assuming.
That's the plan.
Okay, I was thinking outside the walls, but okay.
Well, outside the walls, we'll meet back up wherever we leave the cart.
Okay, that's fair.
Which, Oswin having good survival, I'm assuming she can camouflage quite effectively and make sure it's all secure and what have you.
Probably.
Because we really don't want the animals getting into any peril again.
Anyone want to do anything else on the way there? Because I think everything's got covered.
No, just prepare, I guess.
Okay. So about 6 hours into your ride, maybe 6 or 7, you get a call from SMACC.
Hello?
Yes, hello. We may have a small issue.
Oh, just a small one.
Define small.
I can't decrypt their messages.
Can you tell where they're coming from and where they're going to?
That's another issue as well. I'm getting about 5 different messages every hour, and they are using, I can only assume, OTPs.
Hey, I'm back. Did I miss anything?
We are just kind of going over various contingency plans, and we are still going into what may very well be a trap.
Fair enough.
Always think it's a trap, so when it's not, you're pleasantly surprised.
I mean,
Fair.
Yeah, he says, I believe they're using OTPs, in which case I can force crack their messages, but that takes me hours to do so.
can you
By
forward,
which
can you
point?
forward them to Pulse? Maybe she can hack them quicker.
It's not the hacking that's the problem. The
Yeah.
hacking's
Getting-
relatively simple. They're encoded. An OTP is what is a wartime strategy. It's called a one-time pad. It was used by spies in the war. The receiver and the sender would have pads, and there would be the only 2 copies.
I
And
see.
and each page would have a different code. So each page has 36 to the 36th power possible combinations.
Yeah, it sounds like you need a supercomputer to decrypt that.
Thankfully, I am closest as I have. Unfortunately,
Indeed.
forcing them still takes time, 2 to 3 hours a piece.
Alright.
I've gone through 2 already, and this is where we find the problem.
2 kappa pieces.
2 kappa pieces. Yeah, this is where we find our problem.
Okay.
Both are complete gibberish.
Another code.
Not that I can see. There's no pattern to them. I
Oh.
believe they're just
What kind of gibberish?
fake information.
So they're spamming you.
I don't understand. What do they say?
Nothing. I go through every single possible combination after 3 hours of forcing them through every possible combination,
So
and
just,
not a single one of them works.
do you mean nonsense words or just letters that don't match up at all?
Every once in a while I get words, but mostly just nonsense letters.
Well, that sounds like it's... there's another decryption that you haven't been able to access yet.
I've put both of these messages through everything I have.
Is it possible that it's encrypted with something you don't have?
Yes,
But unlikely.
I mean my job was and is to intercept information and
Yes.
encrypt, decrypt, and change them. They would have had to almost nearly make a brand new one. I believe Claire has stated
Okay,
correctly.
one.
They're spamming.
Yeah, they're just. It's a thing that you would do in the military where you would just send complete bollocks to each other to throw off the enemy.
Alright, so
I'm spending hours decrypting something that can't be decrypted,
I
while
see.
whatever the real message is somewhere in the mess, and I don't know it until later.
So you don't know what the real message is that you need to decipher. The only way to find out is to decipher all of them. And of course that takes
And
time.
if I try to decipher more than one at a time, it slows both of them down. Yes,
Those
Oswin, they're trying to slow me down.
Yeah, they're just throwing random trash at him, and while the real message is in that pile somewhere.
And they're from different locations each time. Some are close to each other, some others aren't. I might be able to find a pattern if I keep going, but
so
for
basically
now,
they're
I
wise
have
to the
no
fact
idea.
that we're intercepting them.
Yes, which I'm not. Which isn't a surprise. They seem to know everything that they could have on us, but at least they can't intercept and decode ours as well. I
That's
believe they're
something.
evening the playing field.
Yes, so. Alright.
I thought
Well-
I'd keep you abreast of the situation.
Thanks for that, SMACC. Let us know whenever you find a message that does actually have information in it.
I will do.
Thank you.
That also means any important messages that get sent out, he may not get immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. I don't know if I do that though. Okay, so, so yes, unless there's anything else, you can make it roughly to the labs. I know you wanted to stop before you got there.
Yeah, can we find somewhere safe to situate the cart and any animals that we're not bringing inside?
I'm gonna say sure.
Okay, like somewhere where they'll be safe?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're just gonna swagger in there like you own the place?
Clark is going to take something with him.
Oh.
He, like, along with, his usual weapons, of course, but he's also... You probably don't remember this. It was, 2 years ago in real time.
Man.
Before we started recording, Clark stole a silver mirror from Tower City.
I remember this.
And he's going to take that inside with him.
Why?
Oh, so he can show... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so he can show his mother that, yes, you do look just like me.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's interesting too. Yeah. Okay. Now that I think about it, there wouldn't be any mirrors inside the apartments.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So
Clever.
yeah, he's taking the mirror in with him.
Okay. Okay.
Threnody is going to sort of say, okay, last chance for anyone to stay outside where it is nominally more safe. Can we say that Pulse is Schrodinger's pulse and that she can decide where she is when Ellen gets back?
Sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, I would think that she's.
I'm assuming she's coming in with us, but I don't want to 100% assume that without Ellen's input, so...
That is
Schrodinger's
true.
pulse.
I would think as a
Schrodinger's pony.
Yeah.
strategically, I'd actually think she'd be flying around, be able to swoop down and get you out at no moment's notice. But that it would be up to Pulse.
It would be up to
wherever she
Ellen,
wants
yeah.
to be. Yeah.
So we'll figure that out next time we play.
Claire getting away from her girlfriend. We actually might have to backtrack a little bit because that a whole day between then and there, Claire probably gave Pulse a present.
Oh, that's true.
I was told not to give you this in the vault under threat of death, so you can have this now.
No,
So
not
here
for the
you go.
death. Just I will find you.
Threat of severely disappointed owl.
Threat of implied death.
Threat of implied. Oh
Implied
dear.
violence.
Threat of implied pain. One way or another.
Threat of owl.
Under threat of
implied.
owl.
Under threat of owl. Owl, the world's the greatest predators. Anyway, so, yes, so you can just walk in.
And we do!
And we do.
I'm so sorry.
Just stroll on in.
So you walk in. The guards do their thing. They welcome you to Lazarus Labs. They let you walk in. They get you in the antechamber. They give you the same spiel of keep weapons holstered, especially any powerful weapons like that one, and then they let you walk in.
Clark is going to lean over to the others and he says, is it okay if I go get my family?
I think possibly we should all stick together, so perhaps we should all go?
Clark leaves and is like, "Okay, guys, I'm gonna go find my family." Turns corner, is immediately black bagged and taken away.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Just gone.
Round two.
Oh.
Clark gestures to the information kiosk and he says, alright, well then I will lead the way.
Follows Clark.
Yep.
Alright, so he heads over and he is looking for his little sister or his mom, depending on who's visible.
While they're walking, Threnody is looking for any buildings, and I know this is kind of difficult, but Alphonse is underground, right?
Yes.
Like, in a basement?
Well, SMACC said 3 stories underground.
You would assume
So-
basement.
That's a bunker.
That's a deep basement, though.
Yeah, that's a deep basement. That's like
Is it a bunker?
That's like secret laboratory level basement.
Right, so
Yeah.
Thren is guessing the science building.
Probably. You do remember, in the elevator that there
You
was
need to
another
have a-
panel.
There was another panel. Does it need to be swiped with a card?
You needed a key, and the
Mhm.
guy that was walking you around, he did have a key on him. Remember that.
Okay. Threnody is scoping the science building as they're walking towards the information kiosk.
Okay. Everything seems fine. So I get to roll a bunch of dice here.
Oh boy.
Okay, let's see. I probably shouldn't roll that one. That's a roll down die. There we go. That's a nat 20.
Oh boy.
Oh, hey,
Cool.
Tower.
So,
Oh boy.
as you walk up, you don't see your sister or your mother or, what was his name? Lost.
The husband. Oh, Lost. Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
so someone else is attending the...
Yeah, you see what appears to be. You're not really sure. He could be a bandit or raider. Maybe he's a merc or ex-merc. You're not sure. He actually, you're not even sure it's a he. They are well, they're rather short. They're about 4'5". They have they're shaved or balding. Not quite sure. The left eye has been grayed out, and they have the electrical scars going from the neck up the side of their face. And they have a a laser rifle burn on the back of their right hand, quite old, and they're actually missing 2 fingers on their left hand, and they are just doing, paperwork, and they look rather bored.
Clark approaches.
They do not look up at the moment.
Yo, hey buddy.
They look up.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Pardon me, but would Lisa happen to be around?
Oh, I think today's a day off.
That's fair. Could you direct me to her apartment?
Out of character. It's probably getting nighttime
Mhm.
now, like the sun's setting.
Could you direct me to her apartment? It's rather urgent.
Can I ask the reasoning for this visit?
Sorry, Clark would have thought of this, but I didn't.
Threnody is actually going to step forward and say,
Yeah, Clark actually says it's a family emergency, sir.
Oh. He's gonna try and read you.
I mean, Clark's not lying.
You're not wrong, but you are trying to deceive him and hide information from him.
Alright, what do I roll?
Bluff.
Oh, good. Come on. Come on. Oh!
You want to spend 10 points of luck?
Yeah.
Cool. You get a 21. Looks you over. What about the rest of your buddies?
They,
"We don't go.
They're-
He doesn't go anywhere without us anymore."
yeah. We've had issues in the past when we've been separated, so it's a safety thing.
I mean, you're safe in the labs, but Lazarus Labs is.
It's the waste.
I
but
understand.
whatever.
It's the wasteland.
I understand that, sir,
safety.
but I
Sir,
Yeah.
and
sir, it's the wasteland. We're not safe anywhere.
Clark looks a bit nervous and he goes, and he lowers his voice and he goes, I suffer from PTSD. It triggers me whenever my friends aren't around. Okay.
Yeah. Third building. Second floor. Apartment 2, I think.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Whatever.
Have a good day.
Clark nods and starts heading there.
Wait, you've been here before?
Sorta.
I get your names, business, job, you know how it is.
Clark glances at Threnody.
Threnody steps forward, clears her throat, and says, "We're the Heritage."
Nice to meet you.
He writes down the heritage in his book.
Clark casually waves and keeps walking.
Fortunately, he doesn't seem to think this is a big deal at all, so we can just go.
Nope. He's like, whatever, the heritage, I don't care what you call yourself.
I just
Like,
need it for the book. Just need something for the books.
Yeah, just need a name for the books.
Good.
Just doing my job.
He doesn't care.
When someone else looks over it later, they're like, "Wait a second."
Yeah, you can call yourself Banner Cabana, I don't care, just need a name.
You could be the queen in a wasteland for all I care.
Just need a name or title.
We had
Or
to.
some adjective.
We head to Louisa's building.
Yep.
Sure.
Are we able to get inside?
Yeah, sure. No one seems to stop you.
I forget. Is there an eye hole where in the apartment doors where you can see outside?
I don't believe there is.
Right.
I think. Did I? I don't remember if I said they were.
I
Uh,
believe
there
wasn't.
There is not, because
Yeah, I
we did
remember
not,
because
we couldn't look out of a peephole to see anyone
Sorry.
when we were staying in the room. So
So there's no people.
no people.
right, Clark approaches the door,
looks a bit nervous for a moment, does the thing where he raises his hand, puts it back down, raises it again, and he
Clark.
tentatively,
Oh, God.
yeah, and he tentatively knocks.
You don't get a response at first.
He knocks again, a bit more urgently.
Yeah, I'm coming. Jeez,
Is he-
my day off. This is definitely a man's voice, not your mom. Actually, you recognize the voice as the god.
Who she was with, yeah.
Yeah. And he, you can actually hear him conversing with someone as he opens the door. He's like looking over his shoulder and goes, "Don't worry, honey, it'll be fine. Then we'll be ready in a minute." He's actually like got a rag in his hand. He's like cleaning off his hands. He turns to look at you, sees you, and he doesn't even like move his hands. He just kicks the door closed with his foot.
Clark sticks his foot in the door.
The guard is going to lean up against the door and he's going to go, "Sir, I'm going to need you to remove your foot."
It's
Excuse
an
me.
emergency.
Sir?
Clark?
Please.
Clark, can you please let me? Just real quick.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm sorry. Bad start. What's your name, sorry?
James.
James. I'm Threnody. Well, actually, I need you to please tell your wife that Iris would like to see her. Iris, if you'll recall, is the name that Threnody signed her note to Lisa with.
Yes. Does Clark remove his foot?
He glances back at Threnody to get what she thinks.
Thran is not going to tell him to remove his foot until she can be sure that James is going to do as she asks.
Sir, I need you to remove your foot.
Promise me you'll tell her.
Fine. Move your foot.
Do it,
He
Clark.
tentatively does.
Closes the door and you can immediately hear like 2 deadbolts just closing.
Clark nervously kind of hangs his head and scratches the back of his head.
It's okay. We're going to get through this. We're going to get her out. We're going to get her somewhere safe.
All our spells, we'll just bust the door down.
Yeah, I hate the idea of it, but if we have to remove them by force, I'd hate it.
It's not going to come to that.
It's not.
Threnody
it's not, no.
Threnody just kind of puts up her hand because she's trying to listen at the door.
You can hear some kind of like hushed speaking, and then a little girl going, "Dad, what's wrong?" And he goes, "It's just nothing, honey. Go back to bed." And eventually the door undead bolts, opens back up, and you can see Louisa there. She sees Clark and immediately closes the door.
Wait,
Clark
Lisa.
Clark sticks his foot in the door again.
Just like, I'm not this guy again, Click.
I'm not the one here to talk to you. It's her. There she is, right there.
Clark's gonna have a very strong foot by the end of this.
Lisa, can I please talk to you? It's important. You're in danger.
I was not with you. If I knew you were with him, I wouldn't have taken it seriously.
Clark pulls the mirror out of his jacket and hands it to her. Please, just...
The door
Look.
is still partially closed on your foot.
Yeah, but he's handing it through the crack, and he goes, just look at this.
It's a mirror.
Yeah, that's the point. Look in the mirror.
She actually looks at James, or at least kind of tries to look through the door and see if she can see James, and says, "Tell me you don't see the resemblance, James."
Listen, even if I'm not your son, which I understand you don't believe me. Believe me, I understand, but even if I'm not, you and I, we look a lot alike.
So I'm gonna need you to move your foot.
Listen to me. There's...
Something comes out of the door, and you recognize it as a stun baton, and it slowly lowers to your foot. So I'm gonna need you to move your foot.
We can do
Listen.
this through... Clark, we can do this through the door if we have to. Whatever makes them feel safer.
Will you keep talking to me if I remove my foot?
So I'm gonna need you to remove your foot.
Please, this is important. This isn't about me trying to convince you or anything. I want to keep you safe.
Louisa, Lisa, what do you remember from before the labs? Have you been having any memory issues? Anything missing?
Okay, so first things first, the stun baton's going to hit Clark's foot.
Ah!
It's pretty powerful. It feels like you're being hit with a taser. You probably collapse.
Yeah, Clark's already been in a lot of pain, so
Threnody
he's...
catches him.
They kick your foot out of the door and close the door. And lock it.
Thren slams
Actually, then someone unlocks the door. The door swings open. It's the guard. He looks dead at Clark. Stares at him for about 2 seconds. Then closes the door and locks it again.
Clark, he looked at you.
What's that?
Maybe he is seeing if there's a resemblance.
Clark, still in pain, presumably, scoots over a bit and
The radio.
leans.
When we heard, and I don't want the world to see me, Clark,
Yeah?
'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When
Clark.
everything's... She's singing through the door. When
Yeah,
everything's
Clark joins her.
made
You
to
can
be
hear-
broken.
You can
I
hear hushed conversation on the other side of the door, and you can tell it's getting heated.
I just want you to know who I am.
At this point, you've begun to start to like, people have noticed this out in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Other people are. She's just standing there at the hallway, just sort of trying
Waving.
to.
Just like, yeah, move
Just like,
along.
there's
Nothing to see here.
personal matter. I mean, I'm not going to tell you to go away because you're not, but you know.
Someone opens the door down the hall and just kind of leans out and looks.
You all right, mate?
Everything okay?
Yeah, it's family debate. It's
Oh, I didn't know
you
Lisa
know
had
how it
extended family.
yeah, it's,
yeah. Extended,
it's-
yeah.
It's complicated. It's
Uh,
don't worry.
We're figuring something out.
yeah, they're kind of like weary, they're not unsure. They kind of lean back into the doorway and the door closes. All the while, Trinity is singing.
And Clark, like I said, joins in when he figures it out. And yeah, he's like, when the singing stops, he's going to lean his head against the door and listen.
Thren's listening too.
There are hushed whispers. It's actually going to be kind of hard to tell. Roll me perception.
Alright. Both of us.
Just the two of you, yes.
Come on, come on, come on. Heck.
Damn.
Aw.
Uh,
Yeah, you can definitely tell that it's getting heated. They're going back and forth. You do hear the word remember. Said a few times. Years, maybe. Beyond that, you can't really tell anything. And after a moment, the door opens again, and it's
Does Clark fall in because he's leaning against it?
it only opens a little bit.
That! Sorry.
It's not the god. I should have called the god Frank. Damn it.
You can change his
It's
name to
just called-
Frank.
His
We
name's
already-
Frank.
We already have
His-
James's.
Yeah, we
His-
do.
His name is Frank James Rothheimer.
James is his middle name.
Yeah, James is his middle name. He usually wasn't with James, but his first name's Frank. Frank James Rothheimer. Okay, Frank. It's not Frank. It's Louisa or Lisa, and it's like that. It's like the gap in the door is like this the space that there would be if there was a chain lock on it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It just kind of looks out and goes, "How do you know that song?"
You used to sing it to me.
There was this woman
Or
who used to
my
live
mom did.
There was this woman named Louisa Sullivan who used to live in Emerald Hills. She had a little boy, Clark, and she raised him as best she could. But one day, She looks over at Clark.
One day, she found out that her kid was getting into some shit that was really hurting him.
There was this place called the Chandry. That's where I worked. Louisa would bring Clark there a lot to treat him for various things.
He resisted because he was young and stupid. And eventually he overdosed on Med-X. And he thought Louisa would be better off without him, so he ran away when he was 14.
We hear that Louisa left shortly after to try and find him. But when Clark came back to Emerald Hills years later, she wasn't there anymore. We don't know where she went.
Years later, I joined up years later, Clark joined up with a few friends. And they went on adventures. Eventually, they heard from some people with psychic powers, I don't even know, that Louisa was here. So, came looking.
And then, a few days ago, and then a few days ago, Clark came to scope the place out to see what we were dealing with, and met a woman who looked exactly like his mother.
At which point she closes the door and steps away from it, and you clearly hear her say, "This is crazy."
Take your time.
At which point there's hushed conversation again. Claire. Down the hallway. Yes. The way this building's set up is that it's a long building, right? And either end of the building has stairs going up. So they're like 2 ways down. Down one end of the stairs, you can see a few guards.
Right.
They're just standing there at the stairs, watching.
Just casually waves to them. You know, just keeping it all cool, keeping it casual, no problems here.
Actually near the stairs on the other side of the building, and you can hear people like moving around down there.
So is it just like stairs on either side, or just at one side?
There's stairs on either end of the building, but not like on either side of the hallway.
So there's just the one way up in the hallway.
Like an
apartment.
Yeah, this end on this end of the building, there was one way down. So if those are guards below you, you're going to hit guards in either direction.
If they're just standing on the stairs, just watching them, she's just gonna stay where she is, just leaning against the wall while these two do their thing. Just give them a casual wave. I mean, if they're not going to start anything, she's not going to do anything. She doesn't want to make more trouble than they need.
Mm-hmm.
So the door opens again after more hush whispers, and it's Frank. And Frank looks at you and goes, "If we were to believe you, I'm not saying we are, if we were, what, why are you here?"
I'm here because... And Clark gets a little bit choked up and kind of looks at the floor, starts shaking a little bit. The night I was here, when you first saw me, a man named Raphael got a hold of me, and he tortured me. And he's out to hurt us and hurt our friends and our family. And what I was trying to tell you is that even even on the off chance that we're not related, that I'm wrong, she and I, we look really similar, and I, I'm worried that Raphael might see her and make the connection.
At which point, someone is walking up the stairs.
Are we aware of this?
You can see him.
Thren looks.
It is a rather large man in a finely pressed suit with painted nails and a painted up
It's that
face.
guy.
Oh, it's Tower.
And he gets up. He gets up the top of the stairs. He looks at you. Looks over at Frank. He goes, "Evening, Frank. It's awfully late to be getting into some hubbub. What's
Clark
going on
is
here?"
It's
Clark
our,
is like
it's our fault,
Clark
sir.
is yeah, Clark is staring very hard at the floor and not looking at him.
Oh, well. Okay then. Well, that kills two birds with one stone. Frank, I'll be seeing you in the morning on your shift, right? Yes, sir. Good to hear it. And he turns to the rest of you and he goes, "I need you to follow me."
No.
No.
It's, wait a bit. I mean, I don't know.
He legit
how-
looks taken back. Like he's like, "Wait, what?"
You've never said no to me before.
No one's ever said no to me.
like he wasn't expecting such conviction of no.
I don't know where to go from here. Nobody's ever said no to me before.
Genuinely like, and then he closes himself. "My employer wishes to speak with you."
Well, he's
Lazarus.
just gonna have to wait now, isn't he?
We'll come along with you in a moment. Just let us
Yeah,
finish
if you
our
could-
conversation, please. You have a quick question from Andrea. Oh, does Oswin have Kevin and/or Rex?
I mean, you can have whoever you want.
Oh
Does
my
that mean she has
God.
both? Oh god.
I'm sorry, I need a minute.
Oh,
My
God.
dad just sent me something.
Oh, Jesus.
He said, see, he and Mom go out every night for walks and such, to go catch Pokemon, because
Good.
they're still on Pokemon Go.
Good.
In fact, they are more into it than I am. It's scary, really. So, my dad just sent me the message. Mom just took a picture of me playing and then sent me this picture.
Oh, my
Oh
God.
man.
Good.
I love it.
I just imagine she pulls out the phone, takes a picture of that, and instead of a picture of your dad playing Pokemon Go, it's just that picture.
It's actually just the old man.
Oh man, used Pokemon. So yes, Osmond can have either animal
Can
or
she-
both animals.
But anyways, I believe Thren had just said let us finish our conversation first, and
And I
Andrea-
believe Andrea's still typing.
yes, she is. I was about to add
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Just have Kevin attack instead. Just
She is standing between the group and the guard. Axel is snarling at him.
I just imagine
Just an angry ferret.
angry ferret noises.
No. That's actually the thing that made me make Kevin was angry flamingo noises.
Good.
So, yeah. So you're doing that, and he doesn't seem all that bothered by it.
Oh,
you
that's his mistake.
Yeah.
He thinks about it for a moment. "I'll give you 2 minutes."
Thank you.
I'll
Very
be
much
outside.
appreciated.
You'll give us as long as we need.
Clark, don't push it.
Let me rephrase.
Don't push your luck, Clark.
My employer will give you 2 minutes. I'll be outside. And he turns around and goes down the stairs.
Frank, I'm sorry. I started this by having Alphonse send that letter. If I'd known that they were watching him, I wouldn't have risked it. But they were, okay? The man who delivered the message from me was being watched. That means that they could very well know. And now Tower has seen us together, so he knows, okay? He knows that Lisa is important to us. I'm sorry, but you're not safe here anymore. Osmond says, Kevin, keep an eye on him. Presumably sending Kevin after Tower.
Good. Oh my god.
Kevin, like, starts to walk down the stairs like a penguin, like his legs out, and then he turns around and looks
waddle.
at like waddle down the stairs, and he looks at Clark. He comes back up the stairs and leans against Clark.
Oh.
Listen, is there anything I can say or do to prove to you that we're being serious?
Kevin then waddles back down the stairs.
Threnody is pointedly trying to ignore the
we are
flamingo.
incredibly serious.
I'm not asking you to believe us. I'm not asking you to come with us. I'm asking you to get somewhere safe.
You can see behind him that Lisa is sitting down, head in her hand, face in her hands. She might be crying. You're not sure. Frank clearly does not know how to take any of this, and he says, "Let me and my wife talk about it."
Right.
We've got about 2 minutes before we have to go, so...
Well, we can always drop by again later.
We can try
Yeah.
to. Listen,
If
We
we're
will.
still around, we'll come back.
listen. If everything goes to shit and you decide that you believe us enough to want to get out of here, listen for the
Chandry.
or listen for the really, really loud crash and come running to the entrance and we'll pick you up.
If you hear a loud noise, that's probably us.
Probably. And if you don't manage to get to us, which, I mean, we want to make sure you guys are safe, but on the off chance, go to Emerald Hills and the Chandry. They'll take care of you there.
He nods.
Oh, Cecil, by the way. I was meaning to ask, but I didn't want to interrupt these two.
He's asleep.
Oh, you
Okay.
gave Cecil to them. Good.
And Frank slowly starts to close the door.
Thank you, Frank. Stay safe.
Clark isn't looking at him, but he kind of nervously waves.
And he closes the door, and you can only hear one deadbolt close.
Aw, only one.
Only one.
Only
one
one.
this time.
I
Alright.
trust them enough to use one deadbolt.
Instead of 5.
Oh my god, the entire door is nothing but deadbolts. All along the edge, even the floor.
Oswin says, so what's the plan from here? And Threnody says, I guess it's time to go and face the music.
Guess we have no choice.
So this is where we end the campaign, guys? No, kidding.
So Clark heads out to see Tower.
Your legacy is that Clark's family escapes.
I'd settle for that.
Yeah, fair enough. So you walk out, and Toma's standing there, and there's like a platoon of guards outside. And he's just waiting.
Threnody glances around. Good to see you again. So, did you see
that
our name in the
popular.
ledger, or did you see us on the cameras, or what?
Word spreads quickly.
That is
Yeah,
so
I know that
vague.
feel.
Let's just say you've been expected. And he's all
Oh.
smiles.
Clark is just scowling at the ground.
By the way, you're right on time. Glad to be punctual.
I am going to insight this motherfucker.
Can Clark
The last time we were expected, it was a haunted house.
What oh it was, yeah, true. what are you trying to insight from him?
Uh, I'm trying to figure out if he's full of shit about expecting us.
Anything.
Okay.
I got a 23.
I think Clark might have this.
Clark. He seems to be telling the truth. He may not be, expecting you, but somebody was. And as far as he knows, someone was expecting you.
All right, then let's get this over with.
Clark, by the way, at this point is absently minded, activating and sheathing his hidden blade.
At any
Yeah.
point, are we going to be walking past the science building?
The labs are kind of like the center building, so you can kind of walk by there at any point.
Okay. Oh, Oswin is holding Clark's hand.
Aww. Okay.
So I guess we're following Tower.
So, you just assassinate Lazarus, and that's it. It's done.
I doubt it'll be that easy.
No, probably not. So he actually takes you towards the front of the compound where the entrance is, and sitting halfway between the entrance and the lab in a wheelchair is Lazarus. Standing next to him is the assistant, the help. I can't remember what the exact name was. The
aide.
The aide. Thank you. Yeah, the aide. The aide / bodyguard. And you can see that the guards are posted further away. So it seems that it's just gonna be you and Lazarus and the aide talking, and Toa walks you between Lazarus and the entrance. So if you want to, you can just turn around and leave. I mean, it's not directly behind you, but presumably you can just turn around and leave. And as you do so, Lazarus stands up. He's kind of having a little difficulty about it.
Can I retcon something real quick?
Sure.
While we were walking past the science building, would it be possible for Threnody to use Detect Life, but 100 meters down the way? It's okay if not.
You can because of your pit boy. You sense a lot of life.
Oh shit, so it's not just Alphonse down there.
Yeah.
Threnody takes note of this.
Toa brings you to like a designated spot between Lazarus and the exit, bows slightly, makes a little show of it, and walks off with his regiment of guards. The aide pulls the wheelchair away a little bit and off to the side. The aide stands behind Lazarus, if need be. And Lazarus is leaning on his cane, both hands on his cane. He smiles.
Clark glares.
So you knew about Alphonse then?
Oh, yes. He's been a great help from time to time.
What do you mean by that?
He's a brilliant man.
I mean, that's vague.
You need someone who knows about quantum physics? He's your guy. How about bioengineering? He happens to know a thing or two.
The hell do you want?
Sup, Gramps? Smell you later, old man.
Oh, yeah, Oswin is perceptioning any possible areas where a sniper might be.
Okay,
Right next to you.
15. There are, at the top of the lab, there's, like, the entire, like, edge could be a good spot for snipers. Aside from that, there's a couple of, okay,
oh, the 15 was for for percepping Tower. I think it's an 18 that Andrea just rolled.
Okay. There could be the top of some of the other buildings. You don't see any though.
Listen.
So what was the last?
Oh.
What was the last comment that was made?
Oh, Clark saying, "What do you want?"
The fuck do you want?
Lazarus pauses for a moment, and he says, "Well, you came in here for a reason.
Yes.
And I'd like to know what."
Yes, we wanted to talk to you.
Ah. Well, I wasn't expecting that this early in our relationship, but so be it. What do you want to talk about?
Why do you want us alive?
He falters for a moment.
We have to assume that's the case. You haven't killed us yet, despite ample opportunity to do so.
Despite the fact that you had me locked in a goddamn freezer and tortured.
He genuinely looks confused at that statement.
Oh. Did Raphael not tell you?
Oh.
He must have been acting at least somewhat. He
that.
must have been acting at least somewhat on your orders. What did you instruct him to do?
Apologies. My mind is not what it once used to be. Old age
Don't
will do that to you.
lie, Lazarus. We all know that's bullshit.
And don't fucking apologize. You knew when you sent him what he could do.
He's generally taking a pause, and he's trying to read the situation again.
I thought you were expecting us, Lazarus.
Andrew, go ahead and insight him.
Yes.
Please tell me she nat 20s. 15! I don't know what your bonus to insight is. Oh, okay, so 15? He genuinely seems like he's being told information he didn't know. He's trying to keep his cool. He's trying to work out what he should say. Like, this is a delicate situation. This isn't what he was expecting. He needs to reel it back in and get the ball back in his court.
I mean, Toa said you were expecting us. I assumed you would be prepared. You don't seem to know very much. Are you even the person we're looking for?
He starts to sweat. And Threnody, you know that this isn't like nervous sweat. This is like sickly sweats.
Okay.
Like he's starting to wave on his feet a little bit.
Do you need to
He takes out a.
Mr. Lazarus,
He
do you need
takes
to sit
out
down?
a. He reaches into his like jacket pocket and pulls out a handkerchief, and he starts to dab his forehead.
Do you need to sit down,
The
Mr.
aide
Lazarus?
is like clearly. The aide has the wheelchair ready for him. I think that might be best, dear. Thank you. And
Please
he
don't call me.
struggles to sit down.
Please don't call me dear.
He seems to be having a hard time keeping his eyes open.
Medical. What's wrong with him?
Roll. Damn.
34.
Well, that's in
That
that
is indeed
19.
some medical.
He's old. He's an
He's
old
old.
guy.
Does he happen to be over 200?
He might be. I don't know. He's old. You can't really tell how old he is. From looking at him, you'd say he's probably somewhere between his 70s and 90s.
Oh, yeah, Andrea, did you say you wanted to medical him as well? Or maybe,
Sure, yeah.
or maybe just like insider perception. Either way. So it's just
Yeah,
age.
he seems old and tired. He might have some arthritis, especially in the knees. Yeah, he just seems generally like age is definitely catching up to him. Also, he doesn't seem tired. He just seems to be having a hard time keeping his eyes open.
Listen, why don't we just be straightforward with this, alright? Stop worrying about what exactly you want to say or how much you want to let us know. Just... why aren't we dead?
Looks up at you. I take special interest in people like you.
What, people who get shit done?
You could say that, yes.
Is that why you took
People
an
who-
interest in Raphael?
Raphael was a questionable decision.
A mistake.
Yes, it seems we have that in common.
Even mistakes can have positive outcomes depending on
fuck
how
yourself.
you spin them.
No, you're gonna regret bringing him on board.
Go fuck yourself.
He is going to stab you in the back, you know that, right?
Some dogs are only loyal until you take the muzzle off.
I guess we'll just have to see where his loyalties lay.
Well,
Isn't that what you said?
he looks a little confused.
Don't worry about it.
I take interest in people who are different. Something about them, a spark of some kind. From time to time, I've found them, and more often than not, they gravitate around me.
To what end?
There's generally a long pause. He seems to be thinking or taking something in, and he says, what should he say? I don't know what he would say. You've generally caught me at a loss here. My brain's not working.
If he keeps pausing, Threnody is going to tilt her head to one side and say, "Listen, since you clearly have enough firepower here that we are no threat to you, perhaps we can come to some kind of arrangement."
What kind of arrangement?
You have a couple of things that we want. If you tell us what you want, perhaps we can help you out.
He looks over at Clark. And he goes, I don't think you would take kindly to what I want.
Probably not. No.
Threnody has, without even thinking about it, has stood between him and Clark. What the hell do you want with my friend? Oh, and Oswin was already in front of him, of course.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's like, nothing that I want with him. But from his attitude already, he wouldn't agree with anything.
Well, let's hear it anyways. Maybe I'll surprise you.
Mr. Sullivan, I don't think you would.
You'll find Clark is full of surprises.
I want to hear it anyways.
Work with me.
Doing... what?
General good.
That's in character, by the way.
I figured it was.
Again, Mr. Lazarus, you're being quite vague.
Well, the job description is not very specific. My assistant, Kia, aids me in my daily chores, but I would probably have you more akin to Mr. Toa, um, gathering information and resources and other like-minded people, taking out problems such as raiders and nests of things.
And why haven't you simply reached out to us before if that's all you want?
I like to observe. He seems to be having trouble holding on to what he's saying. And the aide is next to him, making sure he doesn't lean too far forward and fall out of his chair. And he continues. It's hard to determine the difference between someone skilled and talented and someone who I seek out until they've done something to prove that they're better than their peers.
What, like sneak into your facility?
Something like that. Very well done, by the way. Your little escapades have helped us show up a few weaknesses in our own defenses.
You're welcome.
Glad to help.
There's one thing
Security is a big issue in the wasteland.
there's one thing I don't understand. What the hell are you stealing people's memories for?
And stealing people, now that I think of it.
He looks a little confused. And then he rubs his head. Sighs a little bit. The aide is trying to maybe we should go back in. He's like, no.
I mean, we can do this inside.
I would hate for you to feel any more trapped than you have to be.
You think we're trapped? We came here willingly. But regardless, I believe you're about to answer my question.
I generally don't know what you mean.
Insight?
Go ahead.
No.
I'll give it a go as well, why not?
11. Maybe? You're not sure.
Okay. How does this sound? We will take your employment offer, I suppose, under advisement, but in return, in good faith, we require a couple of things.
Like?
Alphonse. He leaves with us.
Alive as well, we should add that.
Yes. Good catch, Claire.
Would
And
you like to
safe,
specify?
And
Yes,
safe,
safe.
not
Alive,
flayed.
safe, and in one piece.
And
Mark absently rubs at his chest.
He's not even really looking at you anymore. He's kind of he has his eyes closed and he's looking. He's his head's kind of drifting off to the side a little bit. Will this be your only request?
Thren hesitates.
Clark looks very uncertain because out of character, because to one point, this is a chance to get his family, but to another point, that's also
Telling.
alerting Lazarus. Yeah.
It's like, if on the slight off chance they don't know yet. We have another request, but we're uncertain as to whether we should make it because it would be revealing our hand and giving you information you might be able to use against us.
Smart idea.
Why don't you tell us first if we can have Alphonse? He's too paranoid to be of any use to you now.
You may be right. But he's a valued asset, if you want to talk plainly.
But he is not loyal to
Not very valuable if he's not going to work with, do anything you want him to, huh? I mean, unless, of course, you want to torture him.
I mean, he's being hunted down right now, is he not?
Mr. Alphonse's paranoia can be difficult to work around.
His paranoia is justified. You were watching him.
For other reasons. Releasing Alphonse into your custody is a large ask, at least on my behalf. I ask if you have another request, as it may make it impossible to do so.
Clark really doesn't know what to do.
If there was someone living here, someone of no consequence, someone we're not even sure if they are here, if we did find them, and they were willing to leave with us, would that be allowed?
Any member of Lazarus Lab is allowed to leave at any time. I'm not going to stop them.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did he say... What pronoun did he use just then?
Any member of Lazarus Labs.
No. Did he say, I'm not going to
Yeah.
stop them?
Them.
Yes, I'm not
Okay.
going to stop them.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I said them.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
I
you said
thought
them.
he might have said her, which would reveal that he knew exactly what we were talking about, but no, if he said them,
Yeah.
it's fine.
He pauses. I hesitate to say as it may gain more profanity in my direction, but from where I sit, I have not done the 4. I say 4 because it might be 5 in the future. Of you wrong. Only those in my employ. Those who are in my employ are not here.
Threnody slaps him.
If you try to get close enough to slap him, the aid is going to get in your way.
Clark's gonna restrain her. He's already standing behind her.
You stand there and say that, having sent Raphael after Clark, having known exactly what Raphael is capable of. You say that, having sent a 3-story tall Deathclaw to Emerald Hills.
We killed
You
that, by
say
the way.
that, having sent mercenaries to try and kill SMACC. Or are you going to say that that wasn't you?
He mutters something under his breath, and it's kind of hard to tell because the assistant, the aide, has gotten in between you and him, who is now retreating back to behind him. Apologies. And he motions for Tor, who comes over. Have we settled on a deal?
I don't know.
I am willing to allow Alphonse free passage with you, if he is willing. If there's another service that you require, we will have to speak on that.
Thren looks at the others.
I think we're done here.
Oh,
Oh, he's released Thren by this point.
Oh,
by the
yeah.
way.
Like, this might be, as you say, revealing my hand, but is his safety is fucking worth the risk? There's a little kid named Cecil who's recently lost his dad. He needs to be looked after, and I mean properly looked after.
Yeah, I thought we were taking him too.
I mean, if he's coming with us, then that's fine. But if he wants to stay, then he needs to be looked after. He is, like, how old is Cecil again?
He's like 3.
3.
He is like 3. He barely knows how to talk, let alone understand the trauma that he's going to go through, knowing that his dad was murdered, basically holding him.
Oh yes.
Probably. I don't know. I found
Oh,
him.
by the way,
Another casualty of your employee.
your mutt that you took the muzzle off of, that was his doing too, by the way. So thanks for that.
So his dad was basically killed holding him. There is only... She has actually lost for words at how much trauma this kid is going to go
He
through.
mutters something under his breath again. And then he says, "So be it. Where is he
Yeah.
currently being housed?"
We can
We
find
know.
him.
We'll get him.
We'll
Claire left him with
Bring-
someone.
yeah.
We'll get him ourselves.
If that is all for this trade, yes.
Something to think about for the future, Lazarus. That attack dog of yours that you really can't trust. You ought to think about letting me kill him for you.
Or, just killing him yourself.
He is proven to be difficult. I may take you on that offer. Mr. Toa, please retrieve Alphonse from the 3rd basement.
I'm coming with you.
You gonna
Are
be
you sure,
alright
Fran?
down there?
Clark actually puts a hand on Thren's shoulder and he says, I'll go with him. I was gonna stay to check on my family, but...
You don't say
You can
that
do
out
that.
loud, do you?
Oh, no.
Thren says, alright, how about you and I go with Toa and Oswin and Claire go to get Cecil?
Aye.
Alright.
I'm good with that.
I will warn you, there are things in the 3rd basement that are best kept not spoken of.
We've seen some of your creations from your original lab. Trust us, we know.
What you see down there, do know that we are doing our best to better everyone here.
Oh yes.
I seriously doubt that.
Of course, Mr. Lazarus. Anything that goes wrong here is never your fault. She walks after Toa.
You can almost feel the sarcasm coming up at that.
Palpable sarcasm.
Threnody is,
Miss Stone,
her faith is like thunder right now. Stovak?
yes, sorry, Miss Stovak.
She pauses, but she doesn't look around.
He still has his eyes closed. I unfortunately had blood on my hands for a long before this. I do not take pride in that.
Oh, well that makes it all alright then.
Miss Stovak, I do believe you understand the necessity of doing what you need to survive.
Thren doesn't answer. She just keeps walking.
And Claire and Oswin can go and get Cecil.
She will indeed go get Cecil.
Yep.
Make sure he's okay. Happy, all that kind of stuff.
you're able to get Cecil without any issue.
It's
Dally
actually
and
a really
yes.
good thing that you gave Cecil to that family, because now we actually have a reason why we were there.
Indeed.
Oh, good cover up. So you get to the elevator with Toa. He produces a key from somewhere, puts it into the keyhole, opens it up, and a panel um slides, pops open, and he hits B3. And he closes the panel, takes out the key, and puts it in his pocket. And the elevator begins to descend.
Right.
I don't know how much you're going to berserk.
Oh boy.
And I really don't want you to like do something that'll get you killed, but I'm gonna have to. I have to do it. It's too good.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
so, you get down to basement 3, and the elevator doors open, and yeah, um, so, uh, you get to the basement doors open, or the elevator doors open, and you are basically in another lab. It actually doesn't look any different. Um, this one's larger though. And it doesn't have like the two ends. Well, two ends of a hallway. Well, one end's one lab, and the other end's another lab. It kind of just goes off in one direction, and it's a large one lab, and he heads down in that direction. He doesn't even bother checking to see if you're following, and he opens up the doors, and in here is some form of how best do I describe this? It's like an autopsy room mixed in with a robotics lab. They you see what appear to be super mutants with robotic armatures attached to them. Some of them have like limbs replaced with synthetic limbs, robotics, things like that. You see some of them that don't have legs, and they have a Mr. Handy like hover thing. Some of them are alive. Most of them seem not alive and are currently being autopsied. Some of the super mutants are just walking around. They don't seem to have any handlers or any form of like controlling them. They just seem to be walking around, not doing much. They don't seem at all like, puny humans. And Toa, like, skirts around the side of this lab, and he, like, enters a side area that's, like, a bunch of pipes and, like, other rooms. And he goes over to a door that appears to be, like, some kind of janitor's closet. And he just motions towards it.
Threnody knocks on the closet door.
You don't get anything at first.
Hey, Pinecone, it's me.
Thren?
They're letting you leave with us.
What?
Made a deal. We're getting you out.
I can't. Mr. Evergreen, it's true. And the door slowly opens, and it's Alphonse on the other side, just kind of like using the door almost as cover, and he kind of looks out.
I would like to say, by the way, that Thren is being hyper vigilant about Tober and his squadron of guards. If anyone moves a muscle,
There isn't even a squadron. There isn't even guards. It's just Toa.
He hasn't got his squadron anymore. Okay, well, if Tober makes any movement that indicates he might hurt Alphonse, Thren's going to be on him in a shot.
Nope, he's not doing anything. Alphonse slowly creeps out of the janitor's closet, and he's definitely keeping an eye on Toa, who nods at him. And then he looks at you. And Alphonse goes, "So I can just leave?" Is that what I'm hearing?
He can, can't he?
Toa nods. he slowly starts to walk away. Like he's trying to keep you between him and Toa.
Yeah, Thren is obliging with that. She's sticking close to him.
Same.
And Toa will lead you back to the elevator.
Sorry for getting you into this mess.
As you're walking by, there's like a glass wall that separates this like section of the room from the other. A super mutant comes over and he looks at you and starts tapping on the wall.
Thren glances over.
He's looking dead at you.
At who?
You.
Thren?
Yes.
Okay.
He's just tapping on the wall, like trying to get your attention.
She looks. She's still sticking close to Alphonse, though.
He's like, Alphonse is trying to just keep going. He wants to be gone. And so the super mutant is like following you along the wall, just keeps tapping on the glass, trying to get your attention.
She's looking at him.
He's like looking at you, like he's trying to say something. You can see his mouth move, we can't hear him. And eventually he like walks like the length of the glass hallway, and seems to be trying to go for like an exit, like from this like section to get into the hallway that you're in.
Thren is actually gonna say what? Sorry, what's Clark doing?
Clark actually leans into the glass, breathes on it so it fogs up the glass, and then uses his finger to draw on it.
A question, like a question mark.
Oh.
Yes.
So he will begin to walk down. You can get to the elevator before he comes anywhere near you. So if you want to leave before he comes to you, you can.
Clark does the fogging with his breath again and then writes hi.
he's walking down the length. He's walking faster than you, so he can get around the wall before you leave. But you will be able to leave if you want to before he shows up. What are you doing?
Thren is going to does she recognize him?
You don't. It's a super mutant of some kind. You've only like ever seen super mutants a handful of times in this campaign, and I think you've killed them all.
I mean, is it someone I could have known who's been turned into a super mutant?
It's kind of hard to tell. Super mutants don't exactly look a lot like their former
Fair. Well,
person.
she is going to signal to Clark to guard Alphonse, basically, and she's going to see what's the deal with the super mutant.
So the super mutant starts coming by, and someone like an orderly of some kind, I'll see him and starts following him. The super mutant finally comes around the doorway into the hallway and is coming up to you.
Thren not so surreptitiously has a hand on her gun.
And he's standing probably not 5 feet from you. He's looking down at you.
What? What is it?
Toa looks like, come on, let's just go. The orderly's coming up behind the super mutant, and the super mutant just kind of like levels a hand at Thren and points at her.
What?
And like the finger slowly starts to reach out, like he's gonna poke her.
Bucky?
And it just keeps coming out, and it pokes on the shoulder.
Oh no.
And then he says, "Pretty lady."
Bucky.
And I think
Aww.
with 15 minutes left until Andrea leaves, we'll end the session there.
It was someone we used to know. Damn.
So really just has that effect on people.
Fuck. Okay.
Okay,
Well-
I'm glad you didn't berserk horde. Good.
Okay. Right. Okay, so we're calling it there. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining us. Take care and good night.